Next, we'll see limit contour, how we can do the limit in that place. Once we made it, let me do undo. So we can make some planes. Again, we can place the lines here. So we can add a distance to limit that. So I'm going to use, we have a reference tool available here also. We don't need to go again the separate window. We can use this from here itself. So we'll take plane. So I'll take some here, reverse direction, 1 inches. And this side something 3 inches, reverse direction 3 inches. Now I'm going to again use the same method. I'll go to GSD, intersection method. We'll use this plane and this surface. Okay. Yeah, now this and this. Okay. This and this. Okay. So once we've done this, we have to remove this extra line. Split we have to take. Element to cut is this. My cutting element, I can say this plane is there. Let's see. So we can say it's removed here. Similar way, I'll remove this side. So again, this is my cutting element is line and the element to be cut, this plane. Other side. No. So we have just only changed the direction. Now, once we got this, now we can make this to be a limited contour area. So we'll get back to composite design. Composite design. Now here we'll use the option limit contour method. Limit contour. It is in plies. So in the ply toolbar, we'll get this icon. It is there. It is create limit contour for ply. So we have to specify the entity. Entity means the plies group. So this is the ply group. Limit curve that we have created. We'll select that curve 1 and curve 2. So we'll just after selecting this, we'll close this. So this is the direction which side the limit will be happen. Means if I keep this direction outward, only this side the ply will be generate. If I keep this arrow inward, so only this side the ply will be generate. So I need outside, will change the direction to be outside. Apply and okay. Now we can create a ply and we see how the ply has been. I think ply be generated now. Only we have to see now how it is generated, how it is there. So let me use the option exploder and apply. So this is how we have made a limit contour. Next, interactive ply method. So we have one option is there, interactive ply. It's called ply table here, and inside if we'll get the same thing, we'll get interactive ply or ply table. Okay, it's different option. Sorry, two options. Interactive ply is there. So what is the use of this interactive ply? Like this is like if you want to do any adjustment, the move of ply, you want to move up and down any ply. So that can be done here. Like maybe I want to use like, for example, ply number 5. I want to move up and down. So initially it is locked. We cannot change anything. I have to unlock that first. So once we unlock, now we can do this move. And you want to do more up and down. You want to move sequence, you want to move ply. What do you want to move? These all options are there. We can select, like, for example, I want to move only ply number 5. So we can see ply number 5. Let me keep it somewhere. It is moving. So it is came here at 10th position. So close it and apply. You can see the ply. If we now, we can run the exploder and again we can see the preview how it is. So we can see little bit differences. It will move. Basically, the ply number 5 has been changed its position. Now, next we'll learn next concept about how to make core. Like till now, whatever we are doing, that is called monolithic. Monolithic means the plies will be there in stacker form. So the whatever we are doing, that plies that is a stacker form. Now that is called sandwich sandwich structure. Sandwich structure means something we insert, like so simple as a word sandwich. So something inside that things. So that we're inserting something between them and we're making that ply of that. So that we're going to learn. So for this part, let me create one surface here, but surface, if you use or not, it's okay. So I'll select this zone 1 and do okay. So we've got a surface here. Go to this surface and sketch on this. So we'll go to sketcher design or part design. We'll sketch on this surface So here we're going to define how we want to make a core. That is called core. So we're placing the core between our plies. So we'll make this pad 0.3, I think. Fine. So let's put some draft to make smooth faces for this part in 3D.
Okay.
So I'm putting some draft on this part. Draft. There it is. Draft value. So face through draft, this one and that one. Neutral face, let's take this lower face and angle to be 45 degrees. So done this. After this, we'll just again, okay, I think we have to delete this previous ply. I'm deleting previous ply, so that not required initially. So now we'll create again that plies. So we'll create our plies. Let's go to Composite Design. We'll create plies from zone and okay. So here we'll also define this part to be as a core body. This one option is there, ply group. So we'll make one more ply group. Now we'll just create same residue system for this also and do okay. So we can see one more ply group is available here. In this, we'll putting this core into this. So we'll define this core. So we'll define our core. Now we have to select our geometry and direction, which direction we are keeping. We'll just define the direction. So here he have used the material to be Kevlar, Kevlar R4. So direction is same, nothing to be changed in the direction. Axis system that already defined. Will do. If you want to give any name here, you can change the name here. Okay. So let me keep a name here, honey. If you're not changing a name here, we can change it later also. Honeycomb. Okay. So here we can see in the ply group 2, we got that honeycomb structure that in that. Now we'll see the use of this is how we have learned that how we can add a core into a separate group. Means we want to make a new group, we learn new group also, we learn how to make a core, how we can define a core. Now we're learning that this core basically whenever doing this kind of designing, we need to keep all thing into one group only. We need to keep in only one single stacking engineering. We don't need a multiple ply groups. But initially we are not able to do that. But now I can do that by using that method is called new interaction ply method. So this is the interactive ply method, sorry. Interactive ply method. So here we can see this is that part we have. So let me unlock that first. So here you can rename it if you want to change it. As I said, like we can change the name. If you want to change the name, we can. Means whatever I want to change about this, we can change it here. Now, my motive is to move this above. We'll just move. I'll just move ply sequence to move option and move. Anywhere I can add. So what happened? It will be automatically what happened by this method. It will be moved to the ply group 1. This become empty. If you see, this become empty here. Ply group 2 become empty here. Apply and okay. So here we can see there's nothing is there, but here it gone that where it has gone honeycomb. So this is how we can move it. Now we can generate and we can see ply exploder and all. Even we want to delete this, we can delete this now. So we'll just go to ply and let me put it 1. So here we can see this how it has been generated. Let me put some scale more 5. So it's very big. So this is how we can view that how it is arranged. If you want to see cross section, same way we can check the cross section. Again, we'll go to cross section, sectional view. section, surface, ply groups, and section plane. So this plane I can use, which is nearby crossing that part. Apply, and we can see that here also scale is very big. It's a sandwich structure. Like now you can see like how it is. Half plies are above that and half plies are under that. So we can manage like we have to keep it. Now there's some concept sandwich structure basically. One is called balanced plies and pivoted. Yeah, two terms. Pivoted and balanced. Pivoted means what? Like if we have want to maintain total, like this is my main core. So I want to maintain total 10 plies. So 5 plies should be there and 5 plies should be, and balance will be, this means this will be like only this, no, nothing will be there, only plies will be there. That's called a balance. Like if they'll consider the surface, this is main surface, and under that 5 plies will be there, 5 plies will be there. So like this, we have balanced structure and pivoted type. Two type they have. So once we've done this, now we have to check the producibility. It will be producible or not. So this analysis used to be show the ply is going to be show on 2D surface while the curing means when they will do heating process. So they can see this part on the 2D surface on the it will be looking flattened 2D view, how it will come, a complete flattened view of that. For that we need to do a producibility, how the ply is going to be behave on the tool surface while curing, while doing the layer. So how that wrinkleness will be come and how it may be deformed in its in directions. The term curie means what here? When the heating, like you can say heating thing. When we bringing a material, one is called uncured material, which is like not done from heat treatment method, like it's not put in the oven and all heating process. Second method is like when we heat that material. So what changes will be coming? That is called curing process. So in that process, we can check how that ply behavior will be happen on the 2D surface. For that, we'll go to producibility tool. Producibility is there, right? Yeah. Then flattening toolbar. So it is there in flattening toolbar producibility. So we'll select the surface. On that, we want to check that produce. Now you can select the sequence here. Which sequence you want to see to be produced? One, two, that which ply you want to see. You can select any one ply. After that, we need to define one fixed point. We have to give a point or vertex we can select. Like I can select this point. We'll do apply here. So this is, we can see the producibility part. So that how it will show that color it's coming, that will showing producibility. Now, I want to plot this producible surface on a 2D plane. Sorry, 2D plane means I want to obtain a 2D curve of that to view that flattening of my surface actually. So for that, we create some point first. Let me create some point. Let me use plane method. I'll use this plane. Let me make some outside so I can see properly. Done. Now, we'll go to the same toolbar is there. It's called flattening toolbar. So again, we have to select the same ply that we have selected earlier. Now we have to tell the plane on which we want to see, along that we want to see the flattening, and we have to locate the point where exactly I'm seeing that and apply. So here we can see that flattening of that particular portion. Let me select another ply. Let me select random like ply number 13. It's coming zone 1. So let me just take again flattening. First we'll do producibility for this. And point again, let me take the same point and apply. So here, okay, it's selected for complete. I think ply 13 is coming for, okay, fine, let's do okay. Now, I want to check a flatten for this flattening. So entity, ply number 13, plane, and I'm taking this point, apply, do okay. So here you can see that because it's selecting complete ply, the lower ply number 13, So it's showing a complete. Now let me hide the previous one. Now you see one more thing. When I'm just taking a ply 13 to be flattened view, you see some points are coming in between. So if this situation occur, we have to remove those points. So for that, we have to optimize the flattened view. So we have one option is available, that flattening optimization. When we click on this option and we'll select this flattening curve, ply 13 and OK. So you can see that point has been removed. So numerical analysis there, if you want to see some thickness and all, we'll just select the numerical analysis. We can select any one ply here. So in this ply, after selecting that particular ply, what we can see, we can check that area, volume, mass, and other things. We can select any other ply, the value will be changed, data will be changed. You can select anything, it will be changed. So this time you can export also in your PC. You can click export. It will be make Excel data. Right now it's showing only one. So let me select it group here and do OK. Oh, sorry, export.